Hi everyone and welcome back to another video. This week is a very special week because this is actually the first week where the Taiwanese borders are once again closed for international students. So if you happen to see a lot of new young foreigners on the Taiwanese streets, most likely they are one of these new international students who are currently spending maybe their first week or maybe even their first day here in Taiwan. And being one of the young students myself, at least a decade ago when I first came here to Taiwan, I know firsthand just how scary and how just out of order everything can seem, especially that first day, that first week before you've actually got enrolled into school and started to meet some Taiwanese friends. So I just wanted to quickly mention the top 5 things that I wish that I knew my absolute first day here in Taiwan. And who knows, maybe even if you're Taiwanese, you will still be able to learn a thing or two by watching this video. Just like I am learning that it's actually getting incredibly hot in this studio wearing my new amazing 外国人介绍台湾 sweater. I just wanted to show this off, but I think for the rest of this video, I will just have to take this off and then we will come back and talk about this a little bit later. Number 1 is that winters here in Taiwan are actually unbelievably cold, as I am mentioning in my top 10 unbelievable facts about Taiwan. If you, just like me, do your research on the internet, you will basically just Google how cold does it get in Taiwan and you will see a temperature that goes maybe down to 10 degrees Celsius. But something that Google search will probably not tell you, at least it didn't tell me, is that if it's 10 degrees outside, it is also 10 degrees inside. And Taiwan does not have, for most parts, no heaters inside, and that is the biggest difference, which is why you should definitely bring that extra warm winter jacket and also check out the countless of second-hand Facebook groups here in Taiwan. Probably no one will sell you a second-hand heater during the coldest months of the year, but when you're actually gonna leave Taiwan later, don't worry, you will be able to sell that heater in just a couple of minutes on these countless of second-hand Facebook groups. So please do try to invest in a heater and also a dehumidifier if you can afford it. The second thing I wish I knew before I came here to Taiwan is that every single one, literally, just want you to have the best time possible when you are here in Taiwan. And that means that pretty much every single person that you will meet on the street would just love to help you in order to maximize your Taiwanese experience and just your general happiness living here in Taiwan. So if you do know about a place you want to go to, just go to the nearest MRT station, show it to the information center. I guarantee you that they will guide you to the right MRT station. And then once you arrive there, just ask that staff again exactly how you will get to that. Maybe it's Chiang Kai-shek Memorial Hall, Sun Yat-sen Memorial Hall, which, by the way, actually have MRT station names named after them. Maybe it's Taipei 101, which, no, also has an MRT station. Or maybe it is the beautiful Sunset Boulevard of Danshui. Regardless, it doesn't matter where you want to go. I guarantee that the Taiwanese people would simply just love to help you get exactly where you want. And if you're interested in food as well, just go to the night market. It doesn't matter if you don't speak a single word of Chinese, just point on anything that looks delicious and then the store owner or maybe the neighbor store owner or maybe the friend of the neighbor store owner will speak a little bit of English and then help you to actually get all that money right so you know exactly how much to pay. And in absolutely worst case, if you are all alone and the store owner doesn't speak a single word of English, just take up all the coins and maybe a bill that you have, just hand it over and the store owner will be very honest and only take exactly what you're supposed to pay. Number 3 on the list is that everything here in Taiwan is pretty much relatively cheap, at least compared to Europe or the States, including taking a cab. For example, in Sweden, if you just want to get into a cab, I think it starts around 400 NT, and then basically for every kilometer that you want to go, it's another 100 NT. So if you do find yourself in a situation where you want to take a 10-15 minute cab ride across the entire city, you probably end up paying like 1,500 to 2,000 Taiwanese dollars. But here in Taiwan, at least here in Taipei City, I think it starts around 70 NT, and then the extra fees you pay for every kilometer or just minutes spent in a cab is also very cheap. So you can pretty much go anywhere in Taipei City for around 200 to 300 Taiwanese dollars, which is absolutely worth it if you do find a place that you want to go to, but it's not easily accessible by MRT or the bus, especially if you do have 1 or 3 other friends so you can share that cab ride as well. And speaking about things that are very, very cheap and absolutely 100% worth it. No, I was not gonna talk about how my amazing 外国人介绍台湾 sweater actually is available for purchase and that there will be a link down in the description. I just wanted to take a couple of seconds and talk to you about the sponsor of today's video, which is Skillshare. By now, you should already know that Skillshare is, at least according to my own 100% honest opinion, the absolute best online learning community for learning pretty much any creative skill. They literally have thousands of classes ranging from anything from video creation and photography to interior design and just how to improve your general personal productivity overall. So regardless if you want to improve one of your existing skills or learn a completely new skill, which for me just a couple of weeks ago was how to learn to design this brand new YouTube channel logo after watching the class Circular Logo Design with Aaron Draplin. In this class, Mr. Draplin taught me not only just how to get started with the inspiration, research and the general design concept, he also taught me several tips and tricks for how to actually make this logo myself directly in the Illustrator software. But regardless of which class you will take, every amazing mentor on Skillshare will have a class that will list out all the different classes all in one single playlist, so you can easily go back to it and continue these classes whenever you decide and have time. And when you think that this cannot get any better, Skillshare has actually promised that I can give away 1 full month of Skillshare membership to the first 1,000 people that click the link down in the description. So you can actually go and check this out 100% free for yourself, especially during these colder, rainy Taiwanese days where you, let's be honest here, would probably just spend most of your time at home doing nothing really productive anyway. And just like the number of Skillshare classes almost is endless, so are also the possibilities what you can do with this new creative skill. For example, I took one of these Skillshare classes just because I wanted to create my own unique YouTube channel logo, which now actually turned out to an entire new clothing store. But I think we have to save that for another video and another time, since we actually have to continue with the rest of this video. And again, it is getting incredibly hot wearing this sweater, so I think I'm just gonna need to take this off again, and then we will continue with the rest of this video. Number 4 is a little bit of an overkill, but that is how to use all the different apps and online services that pretty much every single one here in Taiwan are using every single day. And this is the kind of apps and services that it took me years to discover all by myself, simply because I didn't know about the fact that Taiwanese people just love to help you and all you have to do is to just ask. But I think one of the biggest problems as a new foreigner here in Taiwan is that you simply don't even know what you're supposed to be asking about. So just to make the whole app and online services process a little bit easier, I will just link every single app and online service that I recommend down below. And once again, for example, when it comes to online shopping, then 24-hour PC Home is pretty much the only online store you need to know about living here in Taiwan. And I've actually made a, I would like to think, very, very detailed guide in a previous video where I am listing the entire checkout process and how you can actually order with cash on delivery. So you don't even need a credit card and you do not need to know any Chinese as long as you follow my step-to-step guide. And when it comes to all the different apps as well, you have again the list down in the description. I don't really have time to go through every single app and how to use them. I haven't made a guide on these yet, but honestly I would just recommend to download every single one, and then if you do have a Taiwanese friend, or if not, go and find yourself a Taiwanese friend and then ask them to actually explain how these different apps are used, because using these apps you can do anything from order your own HSR ticket, and you can also make sure to store all those receipts as well, so you do know when the Taiwanese government may gift you 10 million Taiwanese dollars just because your seat here in Taiwan is also a lottery ticket. And then last but not least, number 5 is that please do not be afraid of just going out and exploring the beautiful Taiwan. I know myself firsthand how scary it could be to actually travel outside that comfort of the Taipei MRT line. But even if you are traveling all by yourself, as long as there is some kind of bus or train that will take you at least somewhere close to back home to Taipei again, I guarantee you again that there will be some Taiwanese who would definitely do everything in their power to help you back home safely. And to help you all with this and to give you a little bit more of an idea what you could actually do in the different areas all around Taiwan, I've actually created my own unique map over Taiwan, which will list all my previous Taiwan exploring videos on one single map, which you can go and visit, click on, and then you will see my entire introduction video covering that specific area. So hopefully that will help you as well and give you a little bit more confidence to actually go and travel and discover the beautiful country of Taiwan that you now have come to visit. And an extra bonus tip is of course to subscribe to any of the foreign YouTubers such as myself who are actually spending most of the time traveling around discovering and also giving helpful tips and advices of how it actually is living here in Taiwan every single week. As always, thank you all so much for watching this video. My name is Lukas. Starts with L as in like, ends with S as in subscribe. Please do both, and see you all in the next one.